Too bad.
In 2012, when President Obama was re-elected, there were still people waiting in line to vote. Obama was quoted in the 2015 New York Times article, America's Aging Voting Machines, saying that, by the way, we need to fix that, referring to people waiting in line. The technology is outdated and the machines are so old that parts are hard to find. This gives the poll workers a rough time when they're trying to get the machines to work correctly. That way people aren't waiting in line. This could have changed the outcome of the election if the remaining people standing in line could have voted. Maybe Mitt Romney would have been president instead of Barack Obama. Many people like yourself had to take off work to vote, and wasting time waiting in line to vote for 2 or 3 hours is wasted money to them. Performance of this machine is critical so that votes are counted correctly and quickly. It's something that needs to be fixed, because if not, in 2016, when the presidential election comes back up, there's going to be a massive meltdown due to these machines. Most people don't fully understand the number of people these machines have to deal with and how old these machines are. Most of the machines are 10 years old, and that's their life expectancy. The other machines are close to 15 years old, so they're past their life expectancy. This technology used with these machines is from the 1990s, and since the 1990s there's been a huge advancement in technology. We went from dial-up internet to fiber optic internet in a matter of years. So you're probably thinking, well, why don't they just replace them? And according to Justin Reagan, in his 2015 article, Arizona counties look to replace outdated voting machines. Counties had federal funds in 2002 to replace the machines, which they probably did use to replace the machines, but now they no longer have these funds, so they can't replace the machines. So as I said before, many of these machines have passed or are close to passing their expected life expectancy. This causes technical problems, hard to find parts, and they're easier to hack. So the solution seems easy, right? It only requires money. Well, that's not the case. Although it does require money, and some counties have raised money and some still could, Chris Adams states in his 2015 article, voting machine study finds problems, but ones not easily fixed. The cost alone to update these machines is $1 billion. He also goes on to say that you need to train the people, and then you have to work out the glitches and bugs in the machines. And now we're going to see a big problem in 2016, because there's only 11 months left until this election. They don't have the time to raise the money, train the people, work out the glitches, and then implement the new machines for this coming election. The last point I want to discuss is, should we use digital voting? Digital voting isn't used a lot so far. Only about 25% of our machines are digital. And I find this hard to believe, since we're so technologically advanced. But then I remember that these machines use technology from the 1990s. As Heidi Moore says in her article, Election Day shows our voting methods to be hopelessly, mortifyingly outdated. Digital machines are often frowned upon because people think they're easier to hack. And she also goes on to say that paper ballots have been stolen before too, so it's probably not any more risky than just using paper ballots instead. And I have to agree with her on this, because if people want to do something bad enough, they're going to do it no matter what is trying to protect the machines. Another way to consider is internet voting, as Joanna Stern mentions in her article, How Faulty and Outdated Voter Machines Contributed to Voter Lines and Frustrations, published in 2012. We didn't used to do a lot of internet things, but now we use the internet for shopping, selling goods, and other things, so I don't see why we shouldn't use the internet for voting as well. And it's countered a lot because people don't think the security is good on the internet, but people are putting their credit card numbers and all that stuff online a lot, and their identity's not getting stolen, or their credit cards aren't getting hacked that often. Yes, it does happen, but not that often. So I don't feel that that's any more risky than paper ballot or something like that. So as we can see, there's a major problem with America's voting machines. And if this problem isn't fixed by the 2016 election, there's going to be mass chaos because of a high voter turnout. So we need to solve this problem so that votes are counted for accurately and quickly, so there's no more waiting in line, since this could change the outcome of the election. So I don't feel this fix is going to come quickly. I don't think it's going to come before 2016. But it will likely come after the 2016, after this crisis has already occurred, because they will have more money and time to implement the new machines. So we need to stand to fix this problem so our opinions are accurately and quickly accounted for.